Right. Well, yes. So, yes, Pete wants me to tell a story about how Wake started. So, yeah, like
how long has Wake been going on? Sorry to interrupt. How many years have you done this?
2012 was the first one, I think. So
very good. Okay.
In Christmas 2011, Pete was home for Christmas. We were sitting there, hammered, and talking about how Pete says, I've had a good idea, right? He says, there's this guy called Rob Bell, and basically I want to be like him because he makes...
I didn't say that.
He said there's this guy called Rob Bell, and he does these retreats, and my God, they're profitable.
Don't tell the story.
Yeah, well, you think
Pete tells this story a little bit differently. Anyway, so he said, like, I'm gonna do this. I'm going to do this thing, right? And I was like, okay, so tell me what it is. And he says, well, there's this place in the North Coast called Corrymeela. Going to take them there. We're going to do a retreat. It's going to be, great. And I was like, mate, that sounds shit. And actually, apart from anything else, actually, I didn't say it like that. That's the way Pete tells it. What I said was, why would you copy that? That sounds too much like Rob Bell's version of this. Why don't you be more Pete, right? So why don't we make
Pete
it
Bell?
Yeah. So why don't we do it in the city centre? Like, I'll organise like party shit in the evening. You do your philosophy nonsense during the day. I'll sit outside and work and not listen. And then afterwards we can
That's
go
how
out.
I feel about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
I'll show up, I'll wear my yellow blouse, and I'll have the beer.
So and we'll make it like a festival / conference / retreat. Like, I can show people the parts of Belfast that they like you don't see in the brochures. We go to all the kind of the cool dive bars and the kind of, I suppose because of my work, like I get access to a lot of spaces that people don't normally get to. And yeah, we can make it more Pete, like, and more interesting and more, bit more alcohol involved, but also like a bit more kind of edgy and a bit more dirty and a bit more lo-fi and a bit less, kind of super professional. And, like, that's definitely what I bring. Like, if it wasn't for me, it would be a lot more professional. I kind of try to bring the kind of slightly kind of anarchic edge to it. Anyway, yeah, and then we did it, and this was all happening while we were hammered. And Pete, we basically said, this sounds like a really good idea. We should probably meet for coffee tomorrow when we're sober and check that we're not like
Blowing hot air here, yeah.
So yeah, and yeah,
so when are you going to organise this festival? It sounds really good.
Yeah,
when are you doing it?
We're still working on it. It's still a work in progress.
2025.
Yeah.
See you then. And people come back year after year. Is it like you've got regulars, as they say?
Steve's not coming to this one, but he's been at he's come back to Belfast. Even when Wake's not on, like, it turns out he's not really coming to Belfast for Wake. He just really likes it here. And then there's people who've been like 3-4 times or whatever. It's kind of turned into a bit of a community of people, and what we sort of sell it at the start. Cult. Yeah. Cult. How we kind of say, like, I'm as a professionally, I would do a lot of what could be called pop-up stuff. Yeah. So I sort of say to people, like, this is a pop-up community. At the start, we're in this together for the next few days. We're kind of family for the next few days.
Do you know what? Here, Adam, do you want to go back to your organiser's desk and we'll get Pete in?
Yeah,
do you want to do that? Give it up for Adam Turkington. Will we applaud each other? Let's get Pete. Pete is dying to talk. There you go.
Yeah, just to set the record straight. I know, but it's not on.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just for show. I always have this. Just makes me look professional.
Because we want to, before you start waffling, because you are on later, we're going to get Johnny McEwen in as well. Say hello, but come on, go say
what?
Say your follow up to what Adam said there.
Oh no, that was all great. I loved it. every bit of it was true. I wasn't hammered. He was hammered. Okay. I was sober as a judge. And yeah, no, I was just saying that finally, Adam used to go out every time I started to speak, like yourself at the moment. He'll go outside, not listen to anything I have to say. Think it's all a bit cultish, all a bit weird. But finally it started to sink in.
Yeah.
And, and there's one day there was tears in his eyes and we had some music Just As I Am playing. And yeah, he just...
I remember from Spark, because I have mine as well. Yeah, because I want to do that as well, from Spark. And we were all on the bus. you know, that's the retreat. We all get together and this gang of us on the bus. We're heading off to the Giant's Causeway or something.
Yeah.
And then you came on the bus with a box of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And one of the women there was like, she had a moment. She had Peter Rollins is giving me sandwiches on a bus. She was like, you know, Elvis had just walked out of the building. She had this moment of, it's a celebrity. And I was like, what is she on about? But I'm starting to get it, Peter, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So someday I will give you sandwiches on a bus.
And Adam is we're starting to get it.